All right, here you have Jesus standing there with people representing different walks of faith and places in the world and ideology and spirituality and philosophy, things like that. So what's the point here? Well, Bell gives us this image, and it prompts us to think probably two ways. Number one is Christ came to die for every tribe, every nation, and every tongue. That's an easy one. So the image depicts the diversity of the world, ethnicity, race, creed, gender, customs. Christ came and died for the entire world, all people, everywhere. Now, the second thing that this sort of communicates, to me anyway, is this bumper sticker. Maybe you've seen it. It says coexist, coexist. And it uses the symbols of various religious symbols to spell out the word exist. All right, can this happen? Should this happen? Is this a noble pursuit? Well, on the surface, if you all want to coexist, every religion coexist with one another, even to form one religion, on the surface that looks very harmonious. On the surface it looks very unified together. It looks one. And it has this feeling like, yeah, that's kind of cool. We all would get along. We'd all believe the same thing. But then you think, is that realistic? Is that even supposed to be? What's that about? I appreciate the nobility of the thought of coexisting and religions being assimilated into one another. I get that. But let's look at it. Let's think. Remember, I'm trying to get you to think on this site. Think. The inherent contradictions that exist in various ideologies cannot coexist and maintain their integrity as an ideology. One truth cannot marry another truth, be opposed to one another, and become a new truth. It doesn't work that way. Take the Quran, for instance. Most of Islam is about peace. Now, there are extremists, obviously. But the Quran speaks of the veracity as a holy book, its veracity, and that a prophet cannot tell a lie, and calls Jesus a prophet, but at the same time, Jesus claimed to be the Son of God, the Messiah and Savior of the world. Therefore, you can't take the Quran and the Bible, and they cannot coexist in some newfangled moral relativism. It doesn't work, because one seeks to be truth and says it is the truth, and then says that Jesus cannot be the Son of God, but yet he claimed to be, yet he's a prophet who cannot lie. It doesn't work. Judaism cannot coexist with Christianity because the Christ of the Old Testament has yet to be accepted by those who are Jewish. They don't. It would be nice, wouldn't it, if we could say that, but it doesn't work that way. Most of the world, you'll hear Pastor Ebenezer George in another section of the website talk about this. Most of the world, the prophets and the holy scriptures of various religions do this very one thing. They seek to show you the way. Now, what differentiates Christ is he says, I am the way. Now, other religions seek to show you what enlightenment is, and you seek enlightenment. What differentiates Jesus from the rest of the religions is he says, I am the light. So man-made religions want to show you a way how you in and of yourself in your own power can reach enlightenment, how you yourself can be shown and taught the way. Christ says, no, I want to inhabit you. I want to tabernacle with you. I am the light, and I am the way. This is different. So there isn't a logical, reasonable way of taking various religions that oppose one another and making one out of it. You can't coexist. You can embrace one another, but we can't embrace one another's ideology, not and be voracious about it, not be true. So think about this. Baha'i, this Baha'i faith, about 5 million followers in the world today, seeks to harmoniously bring all these religions together. But think about that. Think. It can't happen. You cannot take those which call themselves to be true and make them into a new truth. Won't work. Not when they're opposed to one another. Anyway, Christ died for all, but Christ doesn't endorse all beliefs. There is a difference.